Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Stacker News Live. My name's Car. I'm my BFF, Keyan. Welcome to the pod.
Oh, thanks. It's very nice being here.
I was going to ask you how your week was, but I already know.
Oh,
because I'm a mind reader.
Oh.
I'm going to say, how was your week? And then you're going to say it was fine.
Are you a mind reader or a mind listener?
After you say it was fine, then you're going to say, just like any other week. And then after you say, just like any other week, how was your week, Car? And then I'm going to say, it was pretty good. And then we're going to move on from there. And then you're going to say, cool.
At some point, I won't be necessary during this podcast. I'll just have to be close enough you can read my mind.
Yeah, you can work.
You can repeat. Yeah, I could have stayed awake.
We got a pleb poet here on the third mic that's not connected.
Yeah, we had to shut off her mic.
Oof.
Yeah, we thought you could use a booster.
Whew. Cool. If you've never seen this crazy show before, it's called Stacker News Live. We cover the top 5 stories on stacker.news, the front page of Bitcoin. This has been a crazy week for news.
I thought it's been pretty sane.
No, look at this. Look at that hot page right there on Stacker News.
It's not that. It's really not that. It's not really not busting this week.
Really?
It was a little bit for a bit, but I think it's been pretty slow.
Are you not impressed anymore with any of the?
I don't think. I mean, like I can see the lulls and
the news.
Yeah, I pay a lot of attention to it.
Do you feel like you're becoming like the Rupert Murdoch of news?
Definitely not. Yeah. He has like 3 sons and he has money, and he has
Fox. I think he owns Fox.
Yeah, he has like political influence.
Does he own a piece of Bloomberg?
And he's also into sailing. Huh?
Does he own a piece of Bloomberg too, or no?
I mean, I think when you're rich, you like start owning a lot of stuff. And he's old too, so he's rich and he's been.
But you become a philanthropist too at the same time. You get back, right? I mean, Zuckerberg's giving like 99% of his company
to who?
To his
like the wildlife.
His NGO that he made. I forget what it's called. The Zuckerberg Foundation?
I think he has 1 kid.
Does he?
Yeah, he had 1 kid.
With who?
With his wife. He has
I didn't know he was married.
He's married.
Wow.
Yeah.
This whole time.
I think they're like college sweethearts, high school sweethearts.
Oh, you'd love to see that. Yeah. Cool. We're going to jump into the top 5 stories of the week.
He has a goat.
Wow.
I thought people really needed to know about that. He has a harem. I mean,
for the stackers listening at home, Keon's a big Zuck fan.
Yeah, it's a
reoccurring theme on the show. Keon's a Zuck fan.
You can read my mind.
Did you see what Elon said about Sam Altman? He also thinks like you that he's not a good person.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? I don't get that vibe from him.
Yeah.
I don't get that vibe from him. But yeah, he went on stage and basically said, "Don't trust OpenAI. He's evil. Trust me instead."
Well, I think
in so many words.
Yeah, but there are people who don't trust Elon who are going to say he's just lying.
Why do you have to trust either?
I don't think you do.
I know.
But I mean, if people are prone to trust people, so maybe they should.
Yeah. I think you're trusting Elon more than you're trusting Sam right now, though, with his cars.
His cars, me?
His Tesla cars.
Why would I be trusting him more?
No, I'm saying I feel like people are trusting Elon more now than Sam.
Elon's obviously, I think in many ways, done more apparent good provided more apparent value for people than Sam has thus far. But OpenAI is a huge, massive company that's growing super fast. So,
did you see that outage this week? Or you don't use OpenAI, right?
No, I don't really.
Dude, there's a major outage.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, maybe
crazy.
Yeah, I noticed there are fewer blogs getting written.
Dude, Ghost went down too as well. I don't think that was related, but a lot of agents went down too as well.
I don't know what Ghost does.
It's a platform for blogging.
Oh, the blogging platform? Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I used to have a Ghost blog.
Yeah. Anyways, we're going to cover the top 5 stories, but we're going to go reverse Tenet style. because Coop likes it that way. We're going backwards. Number 5 story of the week: Zero Fee Playground, a new toy by Super Testnet. Can you believe it? December 11th, Bitcoin territory. 14 comments, 7,502 sats. Keyan, what is this?
Yeah, so in Bitcoin version 28, we were beginning to see hints of, or the beginning of package relay, which is to help layer 2s do their layering thing. There's a lot, they're pretty, they have trouble doing interesting things in the mempool. And so this allows you to pair transactions together and then get relayed as a pair. So Super is messing around with it. He's allowing you to create, or he's helping you to create on testnet 4 zero fee transactions, and then you pair it with a child transaction, a child transaction that pays for the zero fee transaction, and you can observe them get relayed together.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a cool. I mean, it's really good. It's like this will help prevent forced closures on Lightning, because you won't. This basically means you don't have to commit to transaction fees ahead of time, so you don't have to predict the mempool fees years in advance or months in advance. You can pay for them at the time that the closure needs to happen. So this is like a big improvement.
Oh, wow. What happened to the Super Testnet blog? Oh, I guess I removed it then. Interesting. We got the top comment from OT says, I like the idea of moving an already coin-joined UTXO with zero fees and a few other participants. I bet there are tens of thousands of 1 million sat UTXOs still in summarized Whirlpool that need to be moved. Super Testnet says, yeah, that could be interesting. I wanted to learn how to use zero fee transactions because they can improve several of my projects, including Hedgehog and state chain implementation. I also came up with a coin pool idea recently that benefits from zero fee transactions. Swap Market says, how long do zero fee payments hang out in the waiting room? Is this mempool or some other place if mempool and long won't tax bloat it? What does that mean?
Oh, I don't know.
Bloated.
I had trouble listening to your reading.
Yeah, it looks like it says it's not mempool. It's there for no time at all. I don't know what that means. Super, can you make a video about this?
I don't know. He didn't. For a while there, that was his habit.
Yeah, he'll make one. He's watching or listening.
I doubt it.
It says, if you visit this link and follow the steps, you can create a pair of transactions. Okay, it looks like he just has steps here. There you go.
It's an app. You go through these steps. They're interactive steps, and
So no video.
No video. There's no video.
Yeah. Cool. Got any other thoughts on this?
I think it's cool that people get to play with it, because we'd probably mostly see this implemented in one of the Lightning implementations first, and that's how we'd be interacting with it. We wouldn't even know we're interacting with it. So Super, who wants to build his own layer 2 stuff, is teaching himself by making these playgrounds, and we get to learn with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the 5th story of the week for the people listening at home. The 4th story of the week is thoughts on Roger Ver, Tucker Carlson interview. This is from Jimmy Song, December 10th, Bitcoin territory. 24 comments, 7,104 sats. Keyan, what is this?
What is it? So did you watch this interview?
Hell no.
Okay. I watched it. It was worse than I could have imagined. But most of the interview is Roger Ver saying that Bitcoin was compromised and by intelligence agencies, and that he was censored out of Bitcoin, and then that the government is going after him because he's Bitcoin Jesus. That was the whole thing. I liked one line in here, and so Jimmy's talking about that and how basically corroborating many of our feelings about Roger Ver that he's a dishonest actor is what it seems to me. I think he is saying some things that are true, but I think a lot of it is just half true. And he's only, and one of the things that's became really clear to me is the pattern between the way he discusses his persecution in Bitcoin combined with his recent persecution with his more recent persecution with the government. Well, basically his earlier persecution with the government. He has a complete inability to see the other side, and he just assumes in every case that he is being wrongfully persecuted. So there was like that kind of recurring theme among everything he talks about, which is suggestive of someone who's only, Jimmy says half truths. He's only telling one half of the story, and I think completely making up the other half.
Yeah. So I have a rule: I don't feed the trolls, and then I don't pay attention to shitcoiners. And the reason you do this, stackers, for listening at home, is they're scammers. So it's a new cycle. There's new people that have never heard of this guy. They don't know anything about him. They don't know his past. They don't know anything. There's new people to scam. So I even hate bringing him up on the show because now people are going to go watch this interview and get scammed. And we're going to lose some people for Bitcoin.
I don't think anyone who's watching this show is going to get scammed unless they just happened across this show and they don't know anything about Bitcoin.
It's unfortunate Tucker Carlson had him on.
Yeah, that was bad.
On his pod.
That was like the first Bitcoin interview he had, and it was with Roger Ver.
And this is why I also say another thing inside the lab, like use the Bitcoin media. Like screw everybody else outside of Bitcoin media. They don't know anything. Yeah, there you go. Great way to put it. But this is unfortunate that it's in the top 5 this week because, yeah, we shouldn't be giving this attention at all. Well, Jimmy and Roger, and I just know this because I used to watch this on TV, but like these guys have a past as far as like debating each other everywhere. And Roger's notorious for calling people out to debate them and getting attention to scam. And so and I think Jimmy probably does know that, hey, like this is getting a lot of attention and new stackers are coming in. They probably don't even know the history about all this stuff. So anyways, what do the stackers say? Got a top comment from Siggy. Siggy says, I mostly agree, but it's at least worth entertaining the possibility that the U.S. government was motivated by his support of self-custody, considering his close ties to Saylor and the ETF industry and BlackRock in particular. The time is at least suspicious. I certainly agree. He should not be prosecuted. Cascader said, based on Jimmy Pilled. Justin said, it's a PSYOP too. Hopefully call attention to the role of intelligence agencies in Bitcoin. There is no chance of going to jail, particularly now post-election. I was glad to see him go off the rails. Shitcoin undermine his narrative. Yeah. I just think you lose all credibility once you become a shitcoiner in Bitcoin. So, yeah. You got anything else, Q?
What else I was going to say? Oh, I mean, the story of him getting extradited is kind of interesting, and his early history is kind of interesting. That's because he went to prison. The story about how he got into Bitcoin is that when he went to prison shortly after reading Mises and Rothbard and getting into Austrian economics. And then while he was in prison, he he observed prisoners using things like cigarettes and ramen as money. And then that helped him see the value of Bitcoin, that Bitcoin's properties were alive and while he was in jail. It's sad that in many ways that he became a scammer, but because I think he does do a good job of explaining Bitcoin. He does that thing where he does that thing where when people are trying to manipulate other people, where they raise their voice where they're talking to them, and then they kind of don't let them interject, and then they just kind of beat them over the head with what they're talking about, and it's kind of repetitive. And
yeah, I hate those types. I mean, I don't hate them, but they're just annoying to talk to.
No, but that's a very effective. There's a reason why people talk that way. It's because a lot of people, they have relatively they're relatively sensitive to getting their neurons pushed around.
Good point. Cool, man. It's been so far not as good as last week. The news. Well, I mean, Supers was good.
I mean, it could be this.
Oh,
You turn into dark car. There's like dark MAGA.
I
you
blame
turn into dark car.
I blame Jenna. Well, I don't blame Jenna. She influenced me.
Oh yeah.
She was telling me earlier. She was like, "Do you want a shot?" And I was like, "No, I'm good." She was like, "Come on."
Oh, peer pressure, dude.
Solid. Yeah, you are right. I do
peers.
turn into the dark card when I do drink, don't I?
Yeah,
Darth Coin loves it though.
You're dark car. You do start getting smiley, but it's more like a
sinister.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, all right, we'll see how far dark we get.
Dark car.
The third top story is success story. An established business is now accepting Bitcoin. This is from Siggy47. He has a cowboy hat and a shooter. December 11th, Bitcoin territory. 46 comments. 4,547 sats. Coob. What is this?
Yeah. So Siggy's friend, I guess, talked to him about Bitcoin. I forget the initial introduction, but basically Siggy
speaking of Darth Coin, look, he's right there in this post.
Siggy successfully got his friend onboarded to Bitcoin and got him using as a merchant Bitcoin for his wholesale business and his retail business.
Oh, I remember this one.
Yeah. So he asked this question. He got a lot of feedback, and then I think his friend ended up going with him to meetups, and then he introed his friend to Darth Coin, who helped out his friend, giving him Darth Coin advice. And then a few days later, I think after this post, or maybe the day of this post, his friend actually posted his story on Stacker News, or his business on Stacker News, where you could buy crouton with Bitcoin.
Are you saying crouton? Or are you saying croutons?
It's crouton. I'm pretty sure it's crouton. I don't know.
Are you saying croutons? No, what is that?
It's an herbal supplement that has properties, or that interacts with your body sort of like opiates do.
I don't even know what that means. I don't even know what that means. English.
You know, like Vicodin?
No. It's a drug that does what? What does it make you feel? Happy. Oh. Okay, so those are protons.
Pain. You remember Oxycontin?
No.
You don't remember Oxycontin? You remember the Sacklers? You love stuff like that, no? No. Oxycontin. Anyway, I think Car is just pretending to be.
No, I don't.
This dark Car. I don't know anything about
anything.
anything.
Drugs.
I don't know anything about drugs.
Dude.
I don't know anything about anything bad. Women are ladies, and they need to be treated with respect.
Oh, whoa. Who's turning to Dark Keyan now?
I'm always Dark Keyan.
No, I don't do drugs. You do, though. You love doing drugs.
I do. I was repotting my plants the other day.
Doing drugs.
And you're like, what are you doing in here? Drugs? As I'm repotting my plants.
When I first met Keyan, he was on drugs. I think that's why he tolerates me, because he's probably on drugs the entire time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably done it, Jen.
Oh no,
he's probably on it right now.
Yeah, I'm on Kratom right now. I mean, it's not. I do. Yeah. Anyway.
Anyways. Yeah. I don't know.
I forget. But there's another post. If you go to related posts, it might be.
Oh yeah, this one. Yeah.
No, there's like a couple days later.
Okay. Well, Siggy, keep doing what you do, sir. I love Siggy's post.
Yeah.
I saw this one.
Opiates.
I saw this one 2 days ago. And I was like, oh, I'll just wait until Keyan reads it to me on Friday.
But so long as you hear me read it, you've read it too, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
pretty much.
Just checking.
That's what I think I love about the show the most is I don't have to really read anything.
Yeah.
Just shoot from the hip. Yeah, I like reading that kind of stuff. Okay, so that's the number 3 story. I'm turning into cool car again. Cool car. No more dark car. The second top story of the week is thoughts on using strike to pay bills. Bitcoin territory, December 11th. From J7H, B75, 38 comments, 5,626 sets, baby boy. Keyan. Put down the croutons.
Dude.
Pay attention.
Yeah,
What's
dude.
this?
I'm high on croutons right now.
What's this?
This is so Strike released the ability
This is strong stuff.
to pay your bills through Strike. I don't know exactly how it works. I don't know if they. I think they give you like ACH type stuff inside of the Strike app that allows you to do auto bill pays, sort of like a bank account would give you. I think Cash App has had this for a while.
Merry Christmas.
Now you can do it with Strike. And so J7HB75 wrote up sort of tutorial on it, or basically their thoughts on it, using it themselves. They come to the conclusion that it's maybe not a great idea during a bear market to be doing the kind of direct deposits into here and paying your bills this way, because if the large fluctuation in price, you might not be able to pay your mortgage the way you expect to at the end of the month.
Is this his or whose is this information? It's very public.
Oh no, that was something that Jack Mallers shared, I guess.
Oh wow. Pretty transparent. Cool. So do you use Strike, right?
I've used basically every Bitcoin app.
Yeah. I can't get an account. They won't give me an account. I mean, I'm sure I could now.
You have to be a citizen of the United States.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. I'm a citizen of I'm a citizen of Texas, sir. Citizen of Texas.
Yeah.
Unlike you,
Yeah,
Californians.
It's easy to get here from other places.
Right, Brandon? There you go.
Heck yeah.
Texas forever. Cool. I love Darth Coin's thing here.
What do you know about that?
He said, wait, you still pay taxes.
Where does that image come from?
I think that comes from, what's that movie, dude, with Jennifer Aniston? Just remember her in that movie. Forget the name of that movie. The Wild Hustle. He says, I think it's amazing. It's been looking for a big Bitcoin
Might do it
bill
better
pay
than you
service for
think.
a while. Glad to see it offered by Strike. I love when the Wild Hustle comes in there and he's just like energy. It's just a hustle drop. He isn't talking third person anymore though. Have you noticed that?
I don't know. Maybe
He used to say like the hustle thinks this is amazing, remember?
maybe it's because he's rich now. He doesn't need.
that
He got
makes sense.
the bull market.
Oh, so what happened?
He just has more to
Ego.
say now, maybe.
He's humble now?
Can't keep up
Yeah.
with it when you have a lot to say.
He realized he needs to be humble. He can't.
Nah,
He can't. He
dude,
doesn't
it
need to
was
fake it. He
hilarious.
made it.
It's hilarious. Cool. We're going to jump into the number one story of the week. But before that, Keyan, I feel like there should be a segment right here, like a tease.
Yeah, we could do like a commercial.
Ooh, a commercial. We don't have anything
Commercial
to plug.
break, and we'll be.
We don't have anything to plug, though.
Yeah, we could do. We can do a river dance.
I feel like getting up.
I'm a half Irish.
Cool.
Yes. I'm half Irish.
Really?
Yeah, I'm
This
half
whole time.
Irish.
All right, cool. We're going to jump into number one story. Number one story of the week is the fallacy store value versus the medium exchange. This is from Kepford, Bitcoin territory, December 9th, 85 comments, 12,000 sats. Keyan, I feel like we've seen this story told in Stacker News 100 different ways from Sunday. What is this again?
I mean, not that many times, I
Definitely
would
that many
say.
times.
But we have talked about medium exchange and store of value quite a few times. In this case,
Once a month.
okay, thank you, Dark Car. This
Drinking blood.
this one in particular is mostly that Kepford is saying that Bitcoin is going to be a store of value first, and then it'll become a medium of exchange, and that'll be the natural evolution of things for Bitcoin. And he says that, right now, people in the West, they might need a store of value. They don't really need a better medium of exchange because, their Zelle or whatever.
What's that mean? What's that mean, Zelle? Because there's Zelle, the banking thing?
Yeah, because they can pay with fiat. They have bank accounts. They're banked. They can transfer money fairly easily from their banks. I would say Bitcoin is actually a pretty good medium of exchange, or we're seeing more pickup for Bitcoin as a medium of exchange, even in Western states or Western countries for large amounts, because it's actually not a good medium of exchange for large amounts in the Western world, because there's like lots of reporting requirements on big purchases, is my understanding. But also Roy wrote about this a few months ago, and he basically said that they're not. It's a false dichotomy. That when something is a store of value, you are exchanging it. Like that's part of it. Being a store of value is that it is.
Oh yeah,
it is. Being
it's true, right?
Yeah.
Leave it for Roy to figure that out. It's right in front of us the whole time. Yeah, I mean, I think this is happening, but yeah, I think Roy's answers is sufficient enough. I think that's happening, and then I also think, where was the other one? Wasn't there another one that had the same kind of meme? I guess it did it. What does this mean?
Satcat.
Who made it?
Satcat.
This guy, Satcat.
They've returned after a break.
New stacker. He looks like a.
Yeah, look at that avatar.
There you go, Zam him.
Zam him.
Just another Bitcoin pleb trying to make it in a fiat world. I hear that.
Yeah, you're in good company, Satcat.
Cool. Yeah, I don't really have any thoughts on this. I feel like this is just the same banter we hear on Stacker News all the time. Keep it coming. Keep it coming, Stackers. And that's this week's top stories. Not really a lot. I feel like, yeah. You're still having fun. Yeah, I feel like Siggy's stood out the most, probably. What do you think? What's your opinion on this week's stories?
What is my favorite of the top stories?
Yeah.
That's tricky.
I think Siggy's was mine. It's a long
Siggy's
onboarding process.
I enjoyed Siggy's. I liked that he shared how he got his friend on.
I enjoyed you reading it.
And then, yeah, you're welcome, son. I love reading you bedtime stories.
Let's jump into my favorite part of the week, Keyan's top stories. Or wait, is this your top story? The John Carvalho proposes BIP?
No, you hijacked my top story.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so we're going to jump into this top story.
Dark card.
Here he goes. Okay. So John Carvalho, one of my favorite Bitcoiners out there. He's John. I mean, he's just going to always have a contrarian view. And sometimes he's going to hit and sometimes he's not. And it's still going to make you think. So John proposed BIP renaming sats as Bitcoin. He goes redefinition of the Bitcoin unit to the base denomination. And he goes full BIP on this, Keyan. Goes with the abstract, motivation, specification, rationale behind it. He says usability, integer-only displays, protocol alignment, educational clarity, future-proofing, refuting the BITS proposal. He was also on the BITS team. I don't know if you remember that back in the day. It was him and like a couple others.
Oh.
I'm not a fan of the BITS thing.
Me neither.
If I had to pick between the two, I'd pick this renaming. But
well, actually, yeah. I think BITS is a fine name. I think people would get it more clearly, but I just think changing names is hard.
I kind of like having sats. Wait, you want to say something, Janet Yellen?
We have Janet Yellen just.
Janet Yellen, you want to come over to the camera?
Yeah. Do you want to be on camera? You can be off camera and talking to a mic.
You want to talk on the mic? He refuses to come. He refuses to get on. For the stackers listening at home, he refuses to ever talk publicly. Janet's always yelling.
Janet is yelling.
What's your thoughts on it? I'll give you my thoughts if you want to go first. Or I can go first.
I think it's unlikely to happen.
But what's your thoughts on it? Like, do you think that's a good idea?
Oh, I would love it if we did it.
You really? Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think it's the right thing to do. I don't know.
Why not?
Yeah, why not? We have a unit. We do have a unit bias.
We have a unit bias.
Yeah.
Who has a unit bias?
Human beings.
Oh.
Yeah.
It would be good for Stacker News or bad for Stacker News as a business.
I don't think it matters a whole bunch. We would call, instead of saying sats there, it would be Bitcoin.
Say 2.14 trillion Bitcoin out loud 10 times and just see how stupid it sounds.
Well, if that's your pitch for Bitcoin, yeah. I don't say 21 million Bitcoin a whole lot. I don't count the number of Bitcoin that will be issued a whole lot.
My kind of thoughts on it still early. Wait and seeing, that's what I do. But if I had to go quick, shooting from the hip, no. Always no. Shouldn't change anything. Leave it alone.
Wow.
Shooting from the hip. I think it's good for business. I think if you were to say, I'm giving you back this many Bitcoins, it's good for business. I think it's also, it's just good for business. Right? I would just say, understanding, onboarding, people being able to buy a whole Bitcoin, you giving back a whole Bitcoin. It would bring things back to the early days. I wasn't around in the early days, so I don't know exactly how that felt, but maybe John was, and he's probably trying to bring that back to the...
I think it's if you think of, like, we have an analogous thing that happens for stocks, and it's called a stock split, where they take a stock and they turn it into more stocks. And so like maybe Google's stock price is like $5,000, and they split it such that it's $100 per like share of their company. And then it makes people feel like it's more approachable for them to buy. They can now own a share of Google. And they could maybe buy a fraction of a share before, just like you can buy a fraction of a Bitcoin now. It's like a psychological thing where people want to own.
Yeah.
They want to own one whole of the thing. They don't want to. We want to eat the whole cake, not the slice.
Yeah.
No one should eat a whole cake, but
They don't want sats. They want Bitcoin.
exactly, they want a whole Bitcoin. Everyone talks about Bitcoin. They don't talk about Sats. Sats doesn't even seem like it's related. All we talk about is Sats. I'm talking about normal people that aren't in the fraction of people in the world. Okay.
I don't know. I feel like...
Where's the Mac Kaiser? Fuck 'em.
I'm kind of with Jenny on that one right
What do you mean, keeping sats or Bitcoin?
Just to change it again, that actually hinders onboarding, I think.
Wow. Looks like I'm outvoted here. Or no, it looks like it's 50-50 either room.
I thought you didn't like this.
Yeah.
Nah, from the hip, I mean, I don't like it.
Okay, but from the heart.
I think I wait and see.
Well, then you're okay. So you're just
Changing language actually
It's always going to be no for new change stuff. It's always going to be no. You have to.
One of the people who tattooed 21 million out.
fuck them. That's what I say.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Why'd they do that?
What did the stackers say? You got a top comment, anybody? Top comment was from BTCP123. This will create way more confusion than it will solve. I think short term, right? Or long term?
Yeah, I think it'll just be short term.
Darth going, here we go again. That's funny.
It's just fun to talk about, though.
Yeah, I think it's just... Oh, wow. Is that Crotum right there? Yeah.
Oh no.
Is she Crotamine?
I think that's crack.
Oh, okay.
Is it? It might be actually smoking opium.
see freebase. She's freebase.
Yeah, which is normally crack. I think you can freebase opium.
She has time to freebase and also put on big eyelashes. So shout out to her.
How do you think she got that energy?
Dark Janet now.
I put on some fake lashes.
We're getting dark pleb poet now. Here we go. Here we go. All right. So we're going to jump into the next story, which is mine. Tuesday survey that I had. I did a Tuesday survey.
Wow.
Not just Sundays. I said, is quantum a threat to Bitcoin? Apparently, people like myself think Bitcoin doesn't care. Look at that. What do you think about that?
I think that's okay.
Bitcoin doesn't care, Keyan. So people voted.
That's good.
Top stacker was absolutely not, as far as I can tell. Go Lou. So,
But that actually wasn't the top.
yeah, I think it was, yeah.
Because there's somebody down there with hundreds on there.
Yeah, how do you measure these? It says top.
It's not purely based on, like, ranking isn't purely based on sats. It's also based on the trust of the zapper.
There you go. Trusted.
So less sats from a highly trusted person, like, boosts something higher.
So apparently Golu thinks quantum is not a threat to Bitcoin.
It's not visible.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Found that out. Found that out on today's Stacker News Live. This is why you pay attention. That's why you watch the whole show. What was I going to say? Keyan, do you think it's a threat to Bitcoin?
I think it might eventually be. I don't think this particular announcement is. My understanding right now is that this stuff sucks and it's not very good. I think it solves problems that it's like these are like the low hanging fruit problems of quantum computing is kind of what it's solving, and it's not really. As far as I understand, it's not yet trying to tackle problems that are, hard in the kind of normal computing space, or that are hard for quantum computers. It's only doing the things that are easy for quantum computers, is my understanding. I know we have someone in the lab who, this person right there, who is more concerned about this kind of stuff. I'm not super concerned about it yet. I also don't know a whole lot about it, and that's my current point of view.
I wonder if this kind of research has already been kind of like done and it's just like behind closed doors. And so we won't even know the skinny on it until like later, like years down the line. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think that's kind of the threat level that we're operating on. I think this is just kind of like the canary in the coal mine, kind of letting people know that, hey, there's a clock and it's ticking. Do you know what I mean? Is that making sense? I feel like I'm kind of talking in analogies.
Yeah, I think what you're saying is that the governments have more advanced quantum computers that they haven't shared. They have advanced technologies that they haven't shared with the public yet, that they've hidden from the public. And
even probably down to like people even behind it. Yeah. I don't know.
They could be neutral, gender neutral.
Is his name Willow?
Or what is it called? Gender fluid? No, it's gender. Protected.
Cool. Well, the other story I wanted to bring up was this one, Mark Andreessen on AI, tech, and censorship. I watched this. Dude, it felt like the first 6 minutes, he was just apologizing for his wokeness the past 6 years. And he also, he talks about how he went into this kind of like discovery mode within himself because he had no idea of explaining to himself and to others who were asking why the country was moving in a certain direction. And he felt like he had he doesn't say lost touch with reality, but he says it in so many words. The other thing I thought was really interesting is he completely switched sides on a moment's notice. And then he had his partner, who's the Horowitz guy, Ben Horowitz, still donate to the Kamala campaign at the same time. So it's interesting because I've never really seen an interview with him. I've read some of his stuff, but I've never really.
He was on Rogan.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of that, but I've never really seen like a full interview with him. And I watched most of this, but he seems like a type of guy that and he goes through everything. He talks about most of his career. He seems like the type of guy that doesn't really care about. Well, I shouldn't say care. I don't know if I'm reading too much into it. He doesn't really concern himself too much about the properties of how to get somewhere. He just concerns himself with the outcome, and that's sufficient enough for him. And whatever that may detail or whatever he might have to do, that's all that matters. It's just the outcome. It's very I find it very scary when he was talking. I was just like, wow, that somebody like him actually thinks that way, which I think is fine. He's being transparent about it, but it's yeah, it's just kind of shocking.
Yeah, I think I see what you're saying, that he's I don't know exactly, probably not a nihilist, but he sort of operates like one as far as
is that I thought that was is that nihilism? I don't think that's nihilism.
That's just an industry type. He doesn't care about the details, but he
You should watch the
I
interview.
think Car is saying something more about he doesn't care about whether his investment does good or bad, like does good or bad for the world, just that it returns capital for him. Isn't that what you're saying?
Yeah,
Car?
yeah, and
that's nihilism.
and also it's like a
Right.
means to an end. It doesn't matter. Like let's say he had to destroy this building for, I don't know, whatever.
But I think to be in his position at the tables that he sits at, that's the type of character you have to adopt.
No,
Yeah.
I don't think. I think that is.
I think,
wrong.
yeah, I
I
think,
mean, I think it's wrong too.
but that's the thing
I
that
don't think it's true.
it's interesting because he's coming to grips with the reality that Keon's describing, that where people aren't okay with that anymore. That type of like thinking and that type of mentality that Silicon Valley like beats its chest about or used to beat its chest about is not a populist thing anymore. And there's an alternative regime that's coming for them now, and Elon is at the top of it. And so now he's having to kind of make concessions for some of his past shortcomings.
I like how rich his bookcase looks. That's what I'm all about. It just looks so. It looks rich.
Hers?
No, his watch. Look, she has magazine racks.
It was
It's like-
fascinating because he actually funded their seed round. Free
Oh.
press, yeah.
Oh,
And then
gotta see
he
it.
she actually asked him better questions.
he's got like
than-
a bow. He's got like cassettes.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
He's actually a really boring guy to listen to,
Oh, I don't think so.
but he's actually a really fascinating, like, remember I was telling you about psychology earlier? Like, he's actually a fascinating human example of like a human being. Like, does that mean like he's he's interesting? Like, I would love to read somebody's research paper on this guy, because I think he would be a fascinating, like, this is what he eats for breakfast. This is like how he thinks. This is why he thinks that way. This is how he grew up. Like, it would be fascinating to read because I'd be like, wow, there's really no one like him, good or bad, however you might feel about him. But he's an interesting human.
To his Joe Rogan podcast, we try to listen to it slowed down. He has sort of a voice that he speaks from a wet palate, and that sort of bothered me.
Yeah,
But slowed down, he sounds really drunk, and it was really funny.
that's funny.
That's cool.
Anyways, yeah.
I think. I think you're mostly seeing someone who has spent the last 20 years
Oh, yeah.
focused on growth at all costs in the businesses he invests in. I think that's at least the sort of the side that seems nihilist, because I think he is just hyper focused on growth, and he has like one track.
He talks. What's interesting is like he talks about the whole. You'll love this too, because he dives into how VC works, and or at least how it did work when he, like, you know, in his career, and how startups and founders go through this kind of machine and where they end up, and why he ended up there as well, but why certain things get brought to. Yeah, it's like a whole like hierarchy of like, what do you call that? It's a hierarchy of needs or hierarchy of isn't there like some like technical term for that? I forget the whatever.
Path dependence.
Something, but he talks about all these things, and it's fascinating because I've never heard somebody actually explain that in public. Like, no one talks about these things behind closed doors, or you're not supposed to talk about these things in public. You're supposed to keep them close to the chest, and you just kind of learn by watching. And so that's what I think the remarkable thing about this interview. He's very transparent about a lot of this, but I think that goes back to having to make concessions. Anyway, check it out, Keyan. You'll love it.
I mean, I've listened to him speak before. I don't think he's actually changed much as a person.
Oh, totally not. No, he's the same person.
No, but I just mean to say, like, I don't think he actually had much of a transition any more than a lot of the country did, who among moderate voters, who maybe, you know, was a little bit psyoped, like a coastal elite who was sort of psyoped by other coastal elites into believing certain things about the current political regime, and then he had the Great Awakening, this political cycle somehow. But that's about it. That's like,
Yeah, he's probably cleaning a lot of it.
yeah, I think he's trying to probably
Clean up the
help his
character.
image a little bit,
Yeah.
maybe get people on his side.
Do you
maybe.
think there's an Andreessen type of VC in the Bitcoin space? When you look at the Bitcoin space, do you think there's somebody like of his caliber in here right now in the ecosystem?
I don't think we hardly have any founders that are VCs in Bitcoin. So that is he invented the web browser, and that's how that's how him and Ben Horowitz became wealthy, as they ran the Mosaic company, which was the first web browser. And I don't think we have most VCs are not founders in Bitcoin. There are a few that are, but they're not. They didn't have like a massive exit that allows them to create, multi-billion-dollar funds. But they're like smaller time founders or early like early employees at startups that did have massive
Wait,
exits.
you don't think just buying Bitcoin early is enough?
Definitely not. Definitely not.
Some people would disagree, Keyan.
Being rich, lots of people are rich. Dumb people, in addition to smart people. Perhaps they tend to be a little bit smarter, but I would say, as far as the people who just get rich, it doesn't say anything about your ability to understand a market, understand a product, understand like technological direction. So no, I don't think we have any VC that is anything like Mark Andreessen. Whether that's good or bad, I don't know, but I would say that not having more founders being VCs in Bitcoin is actually bad. So it leads to very founder-unfriendly VCs, in addition to them not funding businesses that would be successful because they're incapable of judging early-stage companies because they don't know what they look like because they've never been up close to them.
Yeah.
I find her okay. I don't like her NPR-style openings to her show. I find it really grating because it's so conforming.
I've never listened to her show. So maybe I'll try.
Yeah, if you listen to this one at the beginning, you'll hear her it's kind of like a moan speaking. Well, today we have Mark Andreessen on. It's like I don't know what it is. It's like a pillow talk, sorta.
Like she used her name
Yeah.
or something.
Well, yeah, it's like a I don't know what it is exactly. It's like an attempt to calm you through voice that they are taking on as their current tone. Have you ever listened to NPR?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's kind of what I'm talking about. Is that tone, and she takes it instead of creating her own. And maybe there's good reason for that. People conform for good reason in addition to bad, but I find it terrifying, actually. Just like the level of conformity. Yeah.
Cool. Well, let's,
No, but she worked for the New York Times. Probably a huge NPR fan. She's probably part of Inspire, and that's not bad.
let's jump into Keyan's only post. All these were my posts this week. Keyan's post, another seasonal meditation with Pleb Poet. Can you believe it?
I can believe it. We'll after the short commercial dance break, we'll have her on.
So, Pleb Poet's making her way here to talk about her media.
Okay, but first, you see what I'm saying about when it gets dark outside?
Yeah, you see the reflection?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just destroys the magic a little bit, because now it's like, oh, there's the screen you guys are looking at.
Longer.
I never noticed it.
That's fine.
Is
So,
the waiting for the winter.
Stackers, if you can hear this at home, that's Pleb Poet talking. There's a
Hello.
video playing.
Here is another
Oh,
seasonal
yeah.
meditation.
I made a video.
Yeah, can you talk about what this is? And
Yeah, I just went on a walk, and I discussed some of my thoughts. That's it.
And Keyan, what did you like about this video? Did
What
you
did
watch
Keyan
it?
like?
No, it's not on.
Okay. Keyan is speaking to an imaginary mic.
I felt it was I love the pace of it. I love like the stillness to it. It forced me to slow down.
Yeah.
I like that.
Thanks for saying that.
Really pretty in many ways.
Oh, that's so nice. Keyan said it forced him to slow down. And that's kind of the point. Yeah. To be like reflective and like, and so I did the last one at like the last like seasonal kind of inflection point. And I might keep doing that because it's useful for me to just kind of like take a pause and welcome a new season and with it all its changes or whatever.
And were you using like a gimbal with this, or was it just your hand?
Just my hands.
Oh, wow,
and my
that's interesting.
phone. I watch a lot of this. You guys will not relate to this, but I watch a lot of Emma Chamberlain's vlogs, and so this is kind of like in her style that I've adopted.
Oh, interesting.
Very
Yeah,
much.
it reminded me of that movie I told you, Never Let Me Go.
Yeah.
It was. It's based off that book. It's
Yeah.
directed by Mark Romanek. So amazing.
Yeah, I need to check out that movie. I did read that book, so it's a great story. But yeah, I'm just doing these like small little things. So like the first one I did, I also kind of called it a poem that was like in video form.
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
Oh, I never saw this one.
So that's kind of like just another way, because you know I'm out here like taking pictures pretty often, and like that's kind of like an art form that I like to be expressive with sometimes. So just kind of trying it out.
Yeah, this is cool stuff.
Thanks.
Is there anywhere you like shooting in particular in Austin?
Both of these. This was on the Lady Bird Lake Trail.
Okay.
And then the more recent one was at Redbud Isle Trail,
Okay.
which was I really recommend if you haven't been over there.
Okay.
There's a lot of dogs that enjoyed that trail as well. And actually in my video, the last one, at the end, I like start running towards the camera because a dog came over and like started sniffing my phone.
Oh, interesting.
So I was like, no, don't.
Is that Austin right there?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Not
That's
Austin
cool.
the person, but Austin the place.
Okay. You never run into any like alligators or anything like that?
I never run into any alligators.
Oh, interesting.
Do you?
No, I was just curious.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, just birds. There's a lot of birds.
Yeah, there's a lot of hidden gems if you, especially like South Austin, if you go South Austin.
Dude, this is not hidden in any way, though. Like,
No,
this
these
is very
aren't
poppin'.
Yeah, these aren't hidden, but like there's some other places where there's used to be the skate park that I used to hang out at
Yeah.
in South Austin. That was cool. There's some other cool places too.
Yeah, dude, you love Austin. You're all about
I
it.
love Austin.
I am too.
I don't like telling people where my places are at.
Don't.
Yeah, I don't. Just keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
But this is cool.
Thanks. Thanks for.
I think I like this one
thanks.
better though.
Yeah, it's got good like autumn vibes.
So this is the one you said where the dog shows up.
Got good colors.
Does he show up in front of the camera?
He doesn't, but that's
Oh.
that's me running up to the dog, being like, "Hey."
Oh, there he goes. Oh, interesting.
And then I slow mode that little video portion.
That's cool.
Guys, I'm just using CapCut. This is not
Wow.
professional. This is not a professional
What did the
thing.
stackers say?
They liked my hat, which I crocheted.
You made this hat?
Not that one, but the one I'm wearing.
Which one? This one?
Like if you look at the thumbnail, that's the thumbnail.
That one right there?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I made a balaclava.
Interesting.
You know what that is?
No.
You know what that is?
Yeah, it's a pastry.
Yep.
Keyan, you made a hat too?
Keon made that hat.
Look at that.
Do you want one?
That's funny. That's hilarious.
I'll take orders if anyone wants a crocheted beard
And what's
like
this?
that.
Season invitation on winter months.
I don't know.
Nice.
That's my video. Oh, Coins Reporter subscribed
Nice.
on YouTube, which I
Got 2
appreciate
subscribers. Yeah, I know, man. Stackers.
that. But at the same time, you're going to see it on Stacker News first.
Where's yours at? Yours is this one? All right, we'll hit subscribe. Am I signed in?
There's
I'm
no-
not signed in.
There's no need to, because you.
Yeah, you got 5 subscribers.
I'm not trying to use the YouTube algo. I
Oh.
only focus on Stacker News.
Oh, so you're saying don't go to YouTube.
If you go to YouTube, my videos are going to be unlisted.
Oh, so don't hit subscribe.
It's like if you're already seeing it on Stacker News, you're right where you need to be.
There you go.
Subscribe on Stacker News.
There you go, Stackers. You heard it here first.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming on the show. Cool. Keyan, are you going to start doing your own videos too, or no?
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I
I would see a plant.
wouldn't-
I would see if you did like a planting show. I'd watch it. If you did like a
Yeah, I do. I do some drugs, repot some plants.
take some croutons.
So yeah, have some croutons with clippings from my garden.
Let's jump into the top stackers of the week. Top stackers of the week are a bunch of nobodies hiding. Gray Ruby, prolific stacker this year. EK, Coob, rsync 25. I don't know. Did you see they had they made the Stackers of the Year? Did you see
I think that was Coin's.
Did you see that? That was interesting this year. Is it under meta or is it under alternative?
I think it might be under some territory.
Which one was it?
I don't know.
It was Stackers of the Year, but it was good. It was like they were trying to find who the Stackers of the Year were, and I think they were betting on the outcome, which is kind of funny.
I tend to try to not get super into the meta because I'm already so into the meta.
No, I thought it was good. I think they should definitely put rsync in there because I feel like rsync, if it wasn't for him, I don't think a lot of the news would hit Stacker News.
It's true. He wasn't on today. He might be traveling or something. And I was like, shit, all the Bitcoin news that's happening today.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not it because everyone like assumes that he's going to take care of it.
Yeah, I think rsync 25, right? 25.
Yeah,
is probably one of the ones that I definitely depend on for news. And then I think new Stacker, Desert Dave, definitely showed up this year. He's a new Stacker. And then you got your usual suspects on Discipline. Great Ruby. And then I feel like the OG Stackers like Darth Coin and they shouldn't be allowed, right? Stacker of the Year.
Oh, why not? Well, you mean
Because
like
they're OG
like
Stackers.
MVP.
Yeah, they're OG Stackers.
You want like MVP of the year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that works too.
Cool. Let's jump into the most popular segment in Bitcoin, the Cowboy segment.
Soon the world.
Soon the world. Wow. So look at you now. Now you do have a horse. Now you do have a horse. Look at that. He has a horse, a shooter, and a cowboy.
Mosey on over.
Can you believe that?
To your friends. No, that's my
Look at that.
cowboy horse. Anyway,
Undisciplined. 117 Blockchain Boog. Dude, Blockchain Boog came in of nowhere.
no, I think. Gosh, who was it? It's Bitcoin is the future. They lost their hat after like 500 days, and so we've actually seen a change in this listing.
I'm glad that you're paying attention.
They posted in the saloon about it. I might not have noticed because it's hard. It's like hard to tell what changes and what doesn't because it's a lot of familiar names and you don't really remember them week to week.
Well, I remember Blockchain Boog moving up. TN Stacker. Pretty good. So I guess, Keyan, you deserve to be number 2 because now you have a cowboy, a shooter, and a...
I just got a horse.
And
I
a horse.
always lose my horse
so
like every day.
There you go. There you
I
go.
earned it this time, according to Car.
Yeah. Pretty cool. That's I think that's it. That's the most popular segment in Bitcoin right there. Eat
Are
your
you guys
heart out,
surprised?
BTC sessions.
You guys think you can do better? Try. I'd like to see you try.
Cool. See if there's any fountain stuff. I don't think there is. It's been a slow week.
Really, we don't got any.
I don't really see anything.
That's weird. It's like after their update, we
mean,
haven't
Fountain's
got any
been loading
boosts.
slow.
Maybe,
It's been
maybe
loading
like other
slow.
people's podcasts are so much.
I should
more
also
popular.
mention. See how I just looked. I should also mention there's going to be a Toonster event on Sunday.
Is that gonna be streamed?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, here in Austin. So if you're in the neighborhood, come to the Bitcoin Commons. Come to Antone's. I think it's on Antone's main website.
Was Oscar able to reach you?
Yeah,
Okay.
I shot him an email. I just don't have anybody that can volunteer. No one's emailed me yet, or
I
no one's
see.
told me. Oh yeah, right there. Boom. Look at that.
Wow.
shit,
Look at
that.
That's before and after
Can you believe it?
of Adam Curry.
Yeah.
Look at that hair. I bet when he never
Wait,
mind.
is that that's him, right? Oh wow.
Yeah, that is him.
That's crazy. Have you ever met him before? Like in person?
No.
I don't think I've ever met him. But he's kind of one of those guys I feel I know. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
Right? Like, because you just watched him?
Yeah, you watched him
Several
over
times.
several generations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that normal?
Probably. I would say so.
I felt that way when I met like Jimmy too as well, where I like kind of already knew him because I watched him on TV.
Yeah, that is
It's
actually
a thing, right?
I think it's a bit of a thing.
You feel that way about Joe Rogan?
Like
Oh,
Joe
wow.
Rogan.
Oh, interesting. Cool. Instagram ball,
It's
buy
true.
tickets. I don't know where it's taking me. Ticketmaster, it looks like. Boom, there you go. But or you can just
Is this after the Toonster?
this is after, so this is on Monday. But I don't know what the website
They're gonna
is
do
for
like
the
a
main
live
one.
podcast, or
No, this is like people are going to be playing shows. That's going to be streaming Bitcoin.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it's going to be an experience. I'm surprised they don't put like sats or Bitcoin in there. But I guess they probably don't want to scare people off.
Yeah.
It'll be a vibe. It'll be cool. I'm
Instagram
going to
is
check
like
it
a
out.
comment on a podcasting app. You send sats with a comment.
I'll be in the back with all the cool kids.
Okay.
Cool. I think that's all I got. You got anything, Keyan?
I don't think I have anything except myself in this life. I don't, not to me. But, the hair is pretty cool. He seems like he's probably a pretty cool guy. Seems like he's probably gentle. I like that. If I needed to like that, you know what I mean? Yeah. What do you find sexy about him?
Like this picture on the left, the older one,
Yeah.
just sort of like he's kind of giving that like polished, like Jeff Goldblum, like
Classic
classic,
man vibe.
you can just like see into your soul and just like know who you are.
Have you seen Wicked yet? Okay. You saw the movie? Okay.
Oh, is that a good movie or
Jeff
no?
Goldblum was in that.
The movie and I've seen the musical.
It seems like every girl has seen the musical. It was good. You really are. At least in the ways that count. I don't know. But Jeff Goldblum was in that. The movie was good. I even saw it, and I even liked it. And I'm not a girl yet.
I didn't like it because
Might never be.
it was just Jeff Goldblum being himself. It wasn't Jeff Goldblum being Oz. That was annoying.
But he always kind of plays himself. I don't know if I've seen a movie where he doesn't play himself.
I don't think so. I think he became Jeff Goldblum character as he got older.
Yeah. Sort of like, God, what's that guy's name who speaks with a weird cadence? He's old, yeah. Catch Me If You Can.
Leo?
Not Leo. His dad. I think he played his dad in that. Or, no. The other guy. He has like a weird speech thing. Da-da. Anyway, that's not going to help anyone. I give up.
Do you have any impressions?
Not really. I used to do really good. I can do like really horrendous racist like voices. That's one thing I can do. I'm pretty good at mimicry. A Jew? Why would I do that? This is the wrong time to be doing that. But anyway, I used to do lots of prank calls, and you get good at voices. Yeah.
Nice.
Dark Car back from
Cool.
Texan.
We're ready to end this thing or what? Yeah.
I think so. I mean, I don't
Say
know.
the word. Say the